What's up? Welcome to another video with your boy Vendera. Hope that you're doing fantastic. Hope that you're doing well. It's again another video, another opportunity for us to have a talk. It is season 5, episode 3 of Love Is Blind. So right away, this one is a it's hard because when I talk about the episode, when I'm doing a review, I want to say at the very beginning, oh, this was an amazing episode, or this was a shitty episode. But if I say this, then it kind of ruins the surprise. For example, if I say this is an amazing episode, and I just have to say one sentence. I just have to say Taylor and JP, they were the first reveal, right? And they were the first wedding. She said yes. And then you're like, wow. And basically, like, it stopped there. And like, okay, that was a really good episode. But I have to mention more. And by doing that, I cannot say it's a good episode. It is a good episode, but I want to say it. I want to spill the beans too fast. Because if I spill the beans too fast, they'll get cold. And then, who eats cold bean? Nobody. That's whom. We have this. Again, it's kind of cool because we have this Taylor and JP, their first reveal. It's awkward because I didn't know what to say, but it's weird because you've been talking and you've been trying to, you know this person, you just don't know how to realize. Taylor made a comment about JP appearance. At the end of the day, if they fell in love, they fell in love with each other. It didn't mean it didn't mean to be, you know what I mean, right? They fell in love with each other. It doesn't mean to be appearance. A Taylor and JP wedding, felt cute. Look how I write, dude. Write like shit. Can barely write it. Chalk card, Stacy and okay. So I'm not sure what I wrote here, right? I wrote it was really cute. Bit I don't know what I wrote. Got Stacy and Johnny and Izzy. So, like I said in the previous episode, is at this point Izzy is still not he's not sure about Johnny or Stacy. However, Johnny did tell Izzy, I have feelings for you, so make a decision. So she kind of putting pressure on Izzy, and she was talking about the pressure, how she was only in love with one person. Said it was, I mean, I'm glad. It's such a shame. It's hard to even put in the word. Like Johnny, she really opened up, and she was like, "Yo, I was only in love with one guy," and that's a pretty big thing. And you understand where Izzy coming from because Izzy and his mind, from my understanding, which is relatable. It's like, okay, she only fell in love with one man. She won't love me. She got married to a guy that she never loved. But at the same time, yes, it's all sounding bad. But for Johnny to be honest enough to say this, for Johnny to be enough to be open about it, of course, Izzy's gonna take a step back, of course. But at the same time, Johnny, she made a lot of sacrifices, and she was honest. What did you prefer? You prefer she told you the truth after you met, after you got asked her to marry you? I think what she did was right, Mochi. So, damn if you do, damn if you don't. And it sucks because, again, it shouldn't be the case. Mas great. Babati. Mochi. Okay. Okay. Nice. And now, then you had a date with Stacy. And it's kind of weird because you had a date with with Johnny. Izzy had a date with Johnny. Then you had a date with Stacy, and we're seeing that they're really similar. And it's how can I put that? This is hard to say. You see, as somebody that's reviewing, that's analyzing, I pay more attention. Again, the number of times I said it a billion times. I didn't say it once. This amount of time I spent watching a movie just as a white noise and analyzing it. I'm paying more attention, and it's crazy because you got Johnny. Ooh, drop bombs on Izzy. You got a very chill date with Stacy. Now they put those two next to each other because how Love is Blind work is, for example, let's talk about JP and Taylor. JP and Taylor are out. They're already married. You can marry multiple people. Right, in this show. In real life, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Then you got Milton and Lydia. Milton and Lydia, they're together. They're only spending time together. You got Milton and, I just said that, bro. You got Alaya and Uche. And you're seeing this that as fast as it's going, because this is going crazy fast, the number of dates are getting slower, right? But we still have the same amount of time, and this is where this episode gets crazy. This episode is only 30 minutes. Well, 45, but I listened to it at 1.5, so that's 30 minutes, right? So they put, and what I'm trying to say is easy date with Johnny is put here. Then you got easy date with Stacy, who's put here, right? Johnny's super heavy and Stacy super light. So I think, fuck. The last episode, Johnny made Izzy look bad. Okay, that's clear. So right away, in my book, Johnny kind of lost a bit of point, which sucks because nobody deserves to lose points, right? And Stacy, she writes a cute poem. So so right away you think Stacy is the chiller. She's much chiller. She's a better choice. But in this very case, she's only the better choice. In contrast, we see Johnny super serious. You see Stacy super chill. This is where it gets interesting. Now, let's think logically. Let's think meta. Let's think viewer-wise. As a viewer who watches reality TV, for example, this, I'm looking to get entertained. I'm looking to relax. I'm looking for bombshell, but not only bombshell. So, of course, if I'm seeing a chill date versus a date that is heavy and that can make me uncomfortable, I'm going to prefer a chill date because the uncomfortable, I'm not going to be able to enjoy the show if the whole show is uncomfortable, right? So it does look like Stacy is a good option, but it's only in contrast, right? We got another moment between Uche and Alaya, and this, honestly, dude, wow, holy shit. So Uche, I didn't have a lot of hope for him. I think he's a good dude. I like the guy. I really like the guy, and I love Aliyah. Aliyah, she's super chill. Aliyah, she's hella cool. She's a painter. She's an artist. She likes anime. She's well vocalized, and we got a couple dates. And two episodes ago, we had Uche that's like, "Yo, you cheat on me." Then you had Aliyah that put her step down. And although I did say in the last episode that Aliyah putting her step down, it's good. I meant it. It is good. But in the case of, well, this guy said something to hurt her, she came back with an attack, with ultimatum. You don't know where it's gonna go, but now you do know where it's gonna go because we're having this chill conversation and it's fun. It's amazing. I love it. So now we had Uche and Aliyah. We got good talk with the boys. They kind of a good talk talking about Milton, how he feels about Lydia, and it's kind of cool because Milton is the younger, so the older guys are kind of teasing him, being big brother, and he's like, "Yo, are you willing to marry her?" And Milton's like, "Yeah," and then they ask him a question. I'm not gonna say the question because I don't think it's appropriate. And the guy says, "Yo, this is for me." And the boys, they do respect that, so that's kind of cool. But it's still a good talk because, yeah, sure, they're teasing Milton, but Milton being younger. You see, most of the guys in the show are over 30s. Milton is 24. It may not seem like a lot, but 6 years in real life is a lot of experience. And I think the guys are ultimately, yes, they're teasing Milton, yes. But ultimately, I do believe that they're trying to help the guy out. And they're trying to help Milton out. Milton and Lydia, the two overcoming. For example, Lydia, she was talking about how she's overcoming, like, relationship, how she's overcoming having a job. She grew up very poor. She had 2 jobs and she still managed to have a good GPA. And Milton was talking about how he's tall and he had to have operation and he knows he's not gonna live a long time. And it was really cool because ultimately, it's 2 people that have to overcome shit. Ultimately, but it's 2 people that understand each other because you overcame shit, I overcame shit. We both fought for what we have right now, and the fact that we both fight for what we have right now, it's cool. I'm gonna be quite honest. I don't know if I believe in Milton and Lydia. I think they're very different, and I also think that Lydia's second choice was Milton, and that Milton, although he accepted, it's not the same. right? And it's kind of cool because they're finally vibing. It does seem I would have given a very low chance of succeeding before this episode, but now I give it like it could work. I'm not sure if it's gonna work. Out of the couple, out of Uche, Alaya, Izzy, and Stacy, out of those three, I do think that Lydia and Milton have the least chance of succeeding. But that's just my opinion. Prove me wrong. Prove me fucking wrong, please. Right? By being wrong, you evolve. By being right, you get confident. And being confident sucks. The two overcoming, two families vibing. Jay and Izzy fight. Yo, nice. Jay and Izzy. Jay and Izzy sit there have a date. Jay she fights for love, right? And it is kind of super cool because look, so I said even with shitty notes, I managed to be able to. I got a little secret for you guys. I was pretty depressed last weekend. This is what I watched. I watched Thursday. It was a shit. We're Wednesday today. So it was almost a week ago. So my memory is not that great. It isn't great at all. Okay? At all. But what I do like is we have this. And we have a really cool place because last day Johnny was like, okay, well, this is my truth. This is, do you accept it? Do you accept not? And she's fighting for love, and she's like, yo, I gave up on everything for you, and I do, I do. I do really care about you. And she was like, that you're the only one. And she actually tells the truth. She's like, I had something with Mike, yes, but it's not the same. You're the only one with whom I can stand with. And she even says shit like, Mike is a safe spot. No, sorry, Chris is a safe spot. And Chris isn't a good choice for me. And it's, I mean, Johnny, she started off so strong. She lost a lot of points. She lost a lot of points, bro, but she was, because she was my crush, she was my favorite. And then now in this season, I think Alliance my favorite. I think Alliance my favorite right now. Honestly, just being honest. Because Alliance, she's super caring because Izzy did choose Stacy. It's like, yo, I have something else with Stacy. It is working. It's more something and similar. And Johnny's like, oh, fuck. She's crying. And Alliance, she's the first one to get there. And again, to me, it's weird. To me, it's not weird per se. It's amazing because Aliyah, she's being the youngest, but she's really caring. So you would expect the older girl to be like, "Oh, sis, I understand you because they've been here." Yet it's Aliyah that comes and she's reconforting Johnny. Now I don't know the whatchamacallit. I don't know the chemistry, the schematics between those people. Whose friend is their cliques? Are they enemies? Are they rival? I don't fucking know. What I do know is a couple minutes before, Aliyah was joking with Stacy because Stacy wrote a poem for Izzy. So I think it was kind of cool that even though Izzy is possibly more friend with Stacy, she was like, "Oh, John, you're in pain. I'm here for you, girl." I thought it was super cool. Again, I love Aliyah. Oh fuck. I feel bad saying this because this is my opinion. But I'm not here and I don't know the old fact. The problem with shows like this is they decide to show you a little bit. But there's a lot of don't show. Right? And that sucks because at the end of the day, it's hard to form an opinion on something I might have not seen. From what I'm seeing, Johnny's losing another point because she wants Chris back. I cannot talk shit about Lydia for wanting Milton back since Izzy didn't work. And I'm talking about Johnny for not wanting Chris back. But I do understand. I do understand where Johnny come from. Lydia, she was being rejected. Okay, let's put it super honest. Time to come clean. Lydia Milton. Lydia said, I don't like Milton, he's too young. Lydia gets rejected. I like Milton. Johnny was like, I do care about Chris. I do care about Izzy. I'm more in love with Izzy. Less in love with Chris. And she had a date with Chris, and it sucks because she kind of win Chris back over, and he's not sure. She gives out a good explanation. Honestly, she gives out a good explanation, right? But then this was what I love, the boys. and the boys, and it's crazy cool. I don't know why they did that, but to me, I would have not done that. And actually, the way they did it is much better. Izzy was, I don't know if they're boys. I don't know the schematic. Again, they don't show the chemistry between the boys. They show the dates, but they don't show the chemistry, which would make a better show, I think. Um, we don't know if Chris and Izzy are cool. Izzy was cool enough with Chris to not say shit about what Johnny, because Johnny, she kind of talked shit about Chris to Izzy, right? And he didn't say it because possibly he wanted Chris to go in with an open mind. And when he came back, and then when Chris was at least honest and said what she said to him, and Izzy's like, bro, I'm sorry, bro, but that's not what she said to me. So the issue is we saw it. We saw that she said it. So Izzy, in this very case, Izzy is right. Izzy is morally right compared to Johnny. That Johnny, she kind of lied. Which is a bit of manipulation, which is not cool. But again, we don't know the sources, the sole reason. Maybe she's desperate. Maybe she feel like she fucked up and she has to compensate. The issue is we know, as viewer we saw, Chris don't know. Is he gonna believe Izzy, with whom he's possibly not friends, or Johnny, with whom he's interested? That is to see, right? The boys try to mentor Milton again. What about that? Alaya love Uche. Alaya, she's in love with Uche. They tell each other that they love each other, which is cool because again, it's weird. It's weird. I do like a relationship like Taylor and JP, who haven't fought. I do like a relationship with Izzy and Stacy, which seem to be like vibing, straight up vibing. I do also like Uche and Alaya, but in this case, there have been fights. So, the question is, do you want fight in the beginning of the relationship or during the relationship? If I have to be honest, I would say before, because before I still have a choice. Now, Uchi and Alaya have proven that they can work shit out. Stacy and Izzy haven't. JP and Taylor haven't. This is just my opinion, right? It's kind of cool because Alaya, she was talking about written poetry and spoken poetry, and there was something they had in common. So she wrote him a poem, and then, oh yeah. My apologies. Uche, I said I was no person. Issue I didn't like. Uche, you're close, bro. You're close. You're close to not you mean being like, yo, you're constantly fucking up, boy. Because you're constantly fucking up. Like, you did such a big thing about Alaya cheating 2 years ago, but you lied to Alaya saying that. Well, he didn't lie. He didn't say about Lydia, right? And Lydia and him used to date. And my issue with that is Uche. Honestly, I think Lydia, she's wrong. I think Uche is wrong. There's like a problem there too. In Uche case, he was mad about the lion, about the infidelity of Alaya with somebody else in the past, but in the same occasion, he lied. That's not okay. If you're clean, if you're without flaws, you can judge flaws. If you have flaws, you have to be able to accept other people's flaws because you do have flaw. How can you think that somebody's gonna accept your flaw? You're gonna accept their flaw. How many times can I say flaw in a sentence? Because I just said 7 flaws. So that listen. And yeah, and Lydia, my issue, it's more or less. Lydia and Alaya, they have this really weird relationship where she's like a bigger sister to Alaya, and she's always saying they're so similar. So, I think Lydia didn't tell Alaya because she wanted Alaya. She thought that maybe Alaya, since she knew, oh, this is the boyfriend of my ex. No, this is the ex of my best friend. I shouldn't date him, right? So I think that she wanted to give them a chance. However, it's weird because you're seeing Lydia, and it's the way the show is put. I gotta say, whoever edited this, did a fantastic job, because there's a scene where Alaya, she's like talking about how much she loves Uche and how much Uche is a good dude. And you see Alaya and she's like, and she doesn't really care. And then you're automatically thinking, oh, maybe things are not going well with Milton, and she's happy for Alaya, which is a normal feeling, but she's also wanting to feel the same thing for her, because yes, you're having friend and the boys gonna be the boys, but you came in for love, right? So I think that Leah, she's like, oh well, I would like to have to feel that, but then you realize that she may have still feelings for Uche, and that she was happy for Alaya, but she wanted that feeling with Uche. And it was always about, oh, we're so similar. Lydia would always tell we're the same to to Alaya. And it's weird, because if we're the similar, if Uche falls in love with Alaya, Lydia might have taken like, oh, we're the same, so maybe he can fall in love with me. So for example, if there was a guy who was very similar to me and a girl liked his personality, then by proxy she would like my personality, because we're very similar. Maybe Lydia feels like that. And that's episode. So again, super good episode. It's End on a Bomb. I didn't watch episode 4. I'm gonna be watching it tomorrow. I'm trying to space them out, because we're gonna have another episode in like 3 months. So I'm gonna watch 3 episodes this month, 3 episodes next month, and 3 episodes last month. I'll be able to continue for the 4 months. We're gonna have 2 episodes per month, which is kind of cool. This was episode 3. Pretty good episode. It's ending on a bomb. It was hard to end on a bomb. I wanted to watch season. Okay, so the episode 2, I wanted to watch episode 3. Episode 3, I wanted to watch episode 4. I got enough willpower to say no, Ink. No, resist. I resisted. But pretty good episode.